Are you tired or feeling tired all the time? Listen, I get it and I know the struggle. It's Dr. Derek here. In today's video, I want to explore 5 of the most common causes of fatigue. And make sure that you stick around to reason number 5 because I think you find this really helpful. Imagine how much of a better person you would be if you're eventually able to overcome that constant fatigue that's holding you back. Let's dive straight in. First on our list of common causes of fatigue is stress and other mood issues such as anxiety and a lower mood. Now this occurs because stress leads to an increased release of cortisol. Cortisol is essential for the body's fight or flight response. The problem is that with chronic stress, we have the persistently elevated cortisol level. So when this is elevated all the time, we are constantly on high alert. Now this is not the way things are meant to be, and when this happens, this leads to feeling really fatigued, drained and tired all the time. Also, stress can influence the body's metabolism. Whilst acute stress may lead to a temporary boost in acute energy levels, chronic stress can lead to an imbalance in glucose regulation and energy storage, which over time will lead to fatigue and tiredness all the time. So it's important that when you're stressed, you can manage this with certain techniques. So we always talk about regular exercise, healthy diet, having sufficient sleep, and also thinking about relaxation techniques to reduce the impact that stress has on you. Next on our list of things that can cause fatigue is a lack of sleep. Now studies show that most adults require between 7 and 9 hours of sleep each night. So it's important to prioritize your sleep. Now, there's a few things that you can do to improve your sleep. So it's important to have a consistent schedule when you sleep and when you wake up each day. It's also important to have a relaxing bedtime routine. So you could put down some calming music. Some people really enjoy having a bath just before bed, just things that will relax you. You want to optimize your sleep environment. So your bedroom should be dark to assist with quality sleep, and it should also be in a quiet space where you can feel relaxed. It's important to avoid exposure to screens such as our phones and laptops within an hour before we fall asleep, because the blue light found in these devices can have an impact on the quality of sleep. And also watch your diet. So certain things that we take in such as caffeine, alcohol can all have an impact on sleep. So next up on our list of things that can cause you to feel tired all the time is actually a lack of exercise. Now a lack of exercise can have this impact for several reasons. We know that regular exercise improves cardiovascular health by causing the heart and lungs to function more efficiently. So without regular physical activity, our heart and lungs become less efficient at delivering oxygen to our body cells. Less oxygen means less nutrients that are sent through our cells in our body, which can over time lead to fatigue. And also remember that exercise releases endorphins. These are our feel-good hormones, and they promote a sense of well-being and happiness. So less endorphin will lead to a lower mood and lower energy levels. Next up on our list of things that can cause that fatigue is a diet that's really heavy in processed or ultra-processed foods. These type of foods are lacking in essential vitamins and other nutrients. So an example is vitamin D. So less of these essential vitamins, minerals and nutrients will overall contribute to that feeling of fatigue and tiredness all the time. So it's important to have a healthy, balanced diet. In addition to this, a lot of processed foods contain really high levels of sugars. Now, sugars may initially provide a quick energy boost. Over time, we know that this can lead to a crash in blood sugar levels, leading to this fatigue and irritability. So, it's really important to focus on having a healthy, balanced diet, which is mostly made of whole and minimally processed foods. These will provide a range of nutrients to keep your energy levels consistent throughout the day. So number 5 on our list of things that can cause the fatigue and tiredness all the time are certain medical conditions. Now the important thing to note is that just because you're tired doesn't mean that you have any of these conditions. It's also important to note that all the other 4 causes are a lot more common reasons why you might feel more tired all the time. But there are certain conditions such as hypothyroidism, a low vitamin D, diabetes, anemia, amongst others that can cause this fatigue all the time. So if you've tried everything you can, you've made all the lifestyle changes, and you're still having persistent fatigue, it's important that you see a health professional in order to be further investigated for any underlying conditions that might be contributing to your symptoms. So we've talked about some things that can cause that tiredness all the time. So we've mentioned a few, including vitamin D deficiency and a thyroid hormone imbalance. I've created videos on these two topics, so make sure that you look into this to get a lot more detail on how we manage this. Now, as always, if you found today's video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. And remember, I truly care about your health, and I wish you the very best.